A horrifying thought has just occurred to me. I don't know why I didn't think to immediately check this as soon as we loaded into the Truth of Reconciliation, but for those who are unaware, in the original Combat Evolved, when you played this mission, you were given an overloaded sniper rifle with 64, well, 68 bullets, 64 plus 4 in the clip, or the chamber, I don't know gun terminology, whatever. It's 64 plus the 4 that's already loaded, ready to be fired. And I am somewhat concerned that it is not going to be overloaded in this remake, just because I just feel like that's one of those simple things that they might have overlooked. But did they remember to? Holy mackerel, they remembered to overload it. I can't believe it. This is the best day ever. I seriously, there was a solid chance that they were not going to remember.
Stick to the higher ground to the right. We should be able to recon the Covenant position without being spotted.
Get ready to move in to support us, Sergeant. The Master Chief is going to covertly take out as many of the Covenant as he can. Don't open fire until you...
I see one! Who wants some?
Open fire! Open fire!
What? What? What happened to don't open fire until you hear the enemy return fire on us? Hold on. No. No. That, I call shenanigans on that. I call proper shenanigans on that. They did not fire a single shot. There's no way that dude... Okay, let me...
Get ready to move in to support us, Sergeant. The Master Chief is going to covertly take out as many of the Covenant as he can. Don't open fire until you hear the enemy return.
Open fire! Open fire!
Okay, so it's just broke. Let me do it one more time to make absolutely sure. Because Cortana's talking about don't open fire until you hear the enemy return fire on us.
To the higher ground to the right.
But the enemy doesn't open fire. I killed one enemy.
Get ready to move in to support us, Sergeant. The Master Chief is going to covertly take out as many of the Covenant as he can.
We got company!
Open fire!
Okay, so it's just broken then. Okay, that sucks. That actually sucks. That's the first major strike of this remake so far. The point of the first part of this mission is that it is supposed to be... Well, this whole mission is a sniper mission. That's why they give you the overloaded sniper rifle. But specifically this first part, you're supposed to be stealthy. That's why Cortana says, do not open fire until you hear the enemy return fire on us. And that is how it worked in the original game. Your Marines would not engage the enemy until the enemy engaged you. And the enemy wouldn't engage you unless they saw you, as in unless they physically had eyes on your position, you would not have to worry about them coming to kill you. But clearly that's not the case in this, and that actually kind of does suck a lot.
Stop. Motion tracker shows movement around the next bend.
Hey, at least we got under cover of night. And oh, the vistas are absolutely stunning. Oh my god, I could stare at that skybox all day. And listen to this music. I'm so glad they didn't try to... Now I'm starting to wonder if I just misheard that one music cue in the first mission. Because it seems kind of silly to think they would have only changed one music cue and kept the rest the same. I think I probably just misheard. Otherwise it seems a little silly. Did I not kill him? Holy shit, I didn't kill him. Oh, because it's, oh my god, it was an Ultra Elite. That guy isn't an Ultra in the original game. Didn't see that coming. Alright. Points for that game. You caught me by surprise. I was not expecting there to be an Ultra around that corner. Hello, you need to stop doing that. Oh, I'm out of grenades. I am all out of grenades. Okay, nailed the first shot, second shot, not quite as successful. Oh, but I no-scoped him. Okay, I made up for it. I made up for my grievous error with the no-scope. Oh, and Undercover of Night is such a good track. I mean, the whole soundtrack is fantastic, but... Man, when you hear Undercover of Night for the first time... This is usually, when I watch people play through this game, this is when they tend to realize, oh wait, this game kind of has great music. Because it's the first time it's the first time you hear a truly like brand new melody that sounds distinct from all the tracks you'd heard before that point. Also, they added a little flanking route here, which is pretty neat. This wasn't here in the original game. I heard a sniper. Are they already killing guys? Man, I'm still back here. Y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta wait for me to catch up. Also, I'm not. I think Johnson might be the only one that survived. I don't think I've done a particularly good job keeping my Marine allies alive this mission. Although, to be fair, usually my Marine allies don't run headfirst into a Covenant armada. Oh wait, no. Okay, we still got 2 people alive. Well, actually, one of them's Johnson. Never mind. We have Johnson and then 1 other person.
Freeze.
Covenant forces detected up ahead. The path up on the left should let us sneak up around them.
We'll hang back while you get into position, Chief.
Okay. So step 1 is to snipe that guy. Step 2. What? What?
Cortana to fire team Charlie. Move up on the left. You should be able to see the enemy.
I think we might have just encountered a good old-fashioned case of anniversary graphics syndrome. Okay. Wow. That was terrible. I shot him. The reticle was right over his body, and it did not matter.
We'll hang back while you get into position, Chief.
Contacts.
Cortana to fire team Charlie. Move up on the left. You should be able to flank the enemy.
Okay. Cool. That's kind of strange. So in the original game, you could either go left or right, and whichever way you went, the Marines would go the opposite way. I didn't even make a choice, and Cortana just already told them to go left. Oh, that's... Oh, hold on. We can ogle the graphics later. I saw a beam rifle. I don't know where I saw it, but oh, it's all the way over there. Got him. I didn't even get to make a choice, and the game already was like, nah, actually the Marine's gonna go this way. It doesn't really matter what you wanted. We've already made the choice for you. Kinda strange. Okay, I cannot hit this guy to save my life there, finally. Oh shit, did not mean to do that. I think the next question is the game gonna give me more Marine allies to replace the ones who I lost? Because that was something the original game did that was really nice, was if you lost enough Marine allies, the game would replenish your supply. Because it's kind of important to have a fully stocked team before you assault the actual Truth and Reconciliation. Those things really shred through your health. Okay, let's try to stick low. I usually like to meet this dropship as it lands, but I'm caught in a bit of a tricky situation here. I just gotta keep on them. Wow. Wow. They are brutal. So many times, those dropships have gotten me killed. Where is this checkpoint? It looks like it's put me on the left path. Well, sure, why not? I went right last time, may as well go left this time. Maybe I'll have better luck going this way. I can at least... Okay, let me grenade out over there. That should trap them over here. Hey. Also, I see the camo still there. That's good. I mean, not that I wasn't... Once I saw the over shields in the first mission, I wasn't really concerned. Because that was a concern I had watching the original demo, was that there wasn't going to be any power-ups in this game because they weren't there.
This is a Covenant active camouflage device. It will make us invisible for a short time, or until we open fire.
Oh, oh. Well, that sucks. That wasn't the way camo works in Comet Evolved. You would, even if you fired your weapon, you would still be invisible. I mean, I guess you could say it's balancing to make it less overpowered, but I don't know. It had a pretty strict time limit. I never got the sense that the active camo was overpowered in the first game. Did I miss that? I really missed that grenade stick. The Covenant dropships are insane in this. I actually can't believe how powerful they are. Although, with how frequent and generous the checkpoints are, kind of doesn't matter all that much.
This is a Covenant active camouflage device.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That kind of, I mean, not that it would too severely impact how I would use the active camo in this part, because I mainly just use it to sneak up and melee people in the next section. Well, the other way I use it is I use it to... Oh, and we're reusing lines from mission 2? Oh. Oh. Okay, that feels cheap. Okay, I'm thinking maybe we just don't even engage these guys until the dropship clears, because of just how incredibly powerful the freaking cannon on the underside of their ships are. You know what, actually, let me try out this. Let me try out Mr. Beam Rifle. Maybe I'll have a little bit better luck with this thing. Hey there. Well, unless I miss. I can't say for sure, but it looks like the beam rifle may actually not be quite as effective at killing them once you get their shields down, which I guess makes for some nice balancing. It gives you a reason to use one sniper rifle over the other one. If the beam rifle is better at stripping shields, and then the UNSC sniper rifle is better at dealing damage, which would... Whoa, hey, hi, nice flank, my dude. I did not see you coming. Solid flank. It feels weird using the beam rifle in this game. I do like that it looks like it does in Halo 2, though, because the redesign for Halo 4 and beyond was kind of hideous, and I hated it. Anyway, what was I trying to say? Oh, yeah. So I use the active camo in the next section. I cross an invisible line in the next section, which... Oh, okay, there is fall damage. All right, well, that's not the end of the world. I mean, there was fall damage in the original game. It makes sense that they would keep that. But then again, they didn't keep health, so it wasn't entirely out of the realm possibility. And I didn't even think they were going to keep power-ups either, because they didn't... In the places where overshields ordinarily would be on Silent Cartographer, there weren't any in that demo. So I was concerned that they wouldn't make it into the finished game, but at least they're here. Although I'm not super big on how it says add camo. I keep trying to... Okay, so you cross an invisible line in the next section, and once you cross an invisible line, if you don't have any Marines with you, the game will then give you another round of Marines. But if you have Marines with you, then it won't give you another round of Marines. So what you can do is, if you already have another Marines, but you want to get some more anyway, go into the next section with active camouflage, and your Marines won't follow you. And when your Marines don't follow you, that means that you will enter the game enter that area without Marines and trick the game into thinking all your Marines died. So it'll give you a new round, a new squad of Marines, in addition to the ones that you already have, who will then rejoin you after your active camouflage wears off. And that was a really cool thing you could do to make the grav lift wave defense a lot easier. I can't imagine that's gonna work in this game. Not that it would even matter, because, you know, it's not like we have enough. We've already pretty much wiped out our entire squad anyway. Oh my god, even meleeing? Dude. Even melee makes you break your invisibility?
We need to ambush them at the grav lift's loading zone and use the lift to enter the ship.
Alright, well. And we still got through it, I guess. Alright, this is probably gonna be tough, because the way I always do this section is with a full squad of Marines. And when I say full squad, I mean like a much fuller squad than what the game expects you to have by this point. So this could be a problem.
We need to deal with those stationary guns. I recommend we clear out the gun emplacements on the ridges surrounding the pass.
Did I not already do that? Did I not already do that? I could have sworn I already did that. I feel like I already went around and shot everybody. Did I miss one? Or does the game not realize that I don't know. Let's just focus on killing these guys. Oh no, okay, I did miss one. I did miss one. That's on me. Hey, grenade, I hear you to my left. Oh, hey, didn't mean to do that. You're going right. You thought you could escape. Oh, now you're unleashing the dropship? Usually the dropship gets unleashed right at the start. Oh my god. This is... Oh. We haven't seen a dropship under barrel cannon that powerful since Reach. Well, actually, I guess that's not true. In Infinite, they were kind of a pain in the ass, too. I shouldn't be too surprised. But I just don't expect it from CE, I guess is all. Oh, God, they're coming down the lift so fast. I hear a grenade somewhere. Yeah, I had a feel. This is probably a death. This is probably a death. But we will keep fighting nonetheless. I need to get to cover. Hello. God, there's so many red dots down there. Do they just keep coming? In the original game, they didn't send the next wave until all but one of the previous wave cleared out, which, to be fair, that was pretty easily exploitable because obviously it meant you could just keep one guy alive until you were ready to bring in the next wave. But man, I mean, look how many dudes there are. I can't no scope. Okay, finally no scope. Have a grenade, get back. I guess this is probably using the shade turrets. I'm kind of, my instincts are telling me to not use them because in Common Evolve they're kind of crap, but I assume they're probably a little bit better in this game. Oh Jesus, I cannot aim. I always miss the scoped in shot, and then I immediately make up for it with a sick no scope. Oh, I have no sniper shots. Uh-oh, that's not great. Plasma pistol time it is then. Guess we're going plasma pistol mode. Hey, at least the plasma pistol is effective. Not that it wasn't in CE too. Just some games it's better than others. In Infinite it's kind of crap. Oh my God, another round. Let's go, guns. Oh, what? What killed me? That was such a, okay. Oh, this checkpoint is so far back. I still have the camo. This is before I killed most of these guys, it looks like. Okay. Take you out. Then you in the background. It's really hard to see through that. Still got him. And boom. It's really weird that he says that. It's extremely bizarre that he still says that even if you clear out all of the shade turrets, and also even if they're not even actively shooting at him. That's even weirder. Oh God, I didn't realize there were elites there. I think I'm actually better at no-scoping with a sniper than I am using the sniper as a sniper, which is not usually the case. Oh, those were needles. Maybe that's what got me. It didn't look like a needle was super combined. I still don't really know what got me last time. But that was last time, this is now. Holy shit, man. You know what probably got me? I probably should have guessed this. What probably got me was a stray shot from those freaking, oh my God. Okay. They are unrelenting with their cannons. Probably should have guessed that was what got me last time. It kind of looked like the same type of explosion too. I'm not a fan of how much music is getting reused though. This track, I feel like this feels like this game feels like yet another example of a broader problem I've noticed in media in general recently, is the idea that like there always has to be some kind of music playing when there really doesn't. In fact, if it's not always wall-to-wall music, that means I can strengthen the moments when music does play. And obviously there are times where, there are games where it does work to have kind of wall-to-wall music, but I wouldn't say that this game is one of them. Sometimes it's fine to just have sound pads, or sometimes it's not even anything. I don't think we needed, I never needed music to make this fight feel intense. But I am kind of starting to, the repeated use of this one track is kind of lessening the impact of it. Okay, is next wave coming in, I assume. I do like that they don't come down the drop ship or down the, they don't come down the grab lift immediately. Because that was the case in the original game. You would have no time to prepare between waves. So like the second you killed the last enemy, they would immediately send another wave down, and they were just there. You had to deal with them. No matter what, even if you'd barely recovered from the last wave, you still had to be ready to go again. I do like that they give you a bit, which that is how it would work. Because that's more consistent with how grav lifts behaved in subsequent games, is that they would take a bit to come down. Still, just wasn't expecting it. I feel like the game's being more generous with checkpoints than it was on my first attempt here. Alright, now it's time to fight the hunters, which, as we saw from the campaign, from the demo back in October. Oh, right, that's the other thing, actually, is the fact that there was no music for this encounter strengthened the moment when the hunters appeared, because, wow, that's... Okay, I didn't actually think that was gonna work, because they made a big deal talking about how all the hunters in the original game were so easy to deal with. They weren't really an enemy. You just strafe around them, pop them in the back, and then they're done. And then they're like, we made them so much tougher in this game. They're a real beast. And they died at 2 plasma grenade sticks. And that was the case in the demo. So I thought they were going to change that, but they did not. Yeah, so that's not great. That's not great at all. But yeah, so where I was going with that, the thing with the lack of music in this section is that because no music plays during the bulk of the wave defense, it strengthens the moment when the hunters arrive. It highlights. I noticed this. The reason I'm talking about this in a broader societal context is because when I went to, I had the fortune of seeing Back to the Future in symphony orchestra last summer to celebrate the 40th anniversary. And when I did that, I noticed that the entire, because I was wondering how they were going to do that, because Back to the Future obviously has a very iconic score, but there's not a lot of it. It's mostly backloaded, and even then it's not that frequent. So I was wondering what the appeal was going to be when there was no music. Obviously, ignoring the songs. I mean, like the orchestral score, ignoring the lyrical songs from like Power of Love and things of that nature. And it turns out the answer is that they just made shit up and they just played music in scenes where it never was originally. But yeah, I bring it Back to the Future because it's kind of the same thing here, where I never consciously realized this about Back to the Future until I saw them ruin it. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. There's no cutscene now. It's just a straight up. You get to seamlessly go into the ship. That's really neat. That's a nice touch. I appreciate that. I don't appreciate the music though. The lack of music for the first half enhances the impact of the moment when the DeLorean gets revealed, because there is no score for the entire first half, or maybe not the first act, I mean. And then once the DeLorean gets revealed, then the symphony comes in. And that's when you're like, oh shit, something crazy's happening. And it's kind of the same thing here, where there's no music for the main battle. You don't realize how much music can make or break a scene like that. Because it's then when you realize, oh, they did... Huh? Well, what the hell was that? You realize that the reason why it was so impactful when the Hunters showed up is because there was no music until they did. But in this, there was no change in audio at all. Which is... yeah. Yeah, this mission has kind of been disappointing so far. I gotta be honest. I'm generally disappointed with how this mission has gone. So what the hell just happened? Am I not allowed to soar at a Jackal's shield or something? Like, what was that? Why did me sorting that guy just kill me? I kind of want to... I probably should have not done that so I could actually test this theory. Hello. Hello. Okay, no, that's not the case. So what the hell? What killed me then? I don't know. Well, no sense. I'll go back and check in the footage later, see if I can figure out what the hell just happened there. Yeah, what a shame, because the desert plateau environment was gorgeous. I was really looking forward to seeing, and also I just realized I never even used night vision once, because the darkness was only for the first little section there, and then never again. So, like, the praise I had for the fact that you actually needed night vision was almost immediately nullified by the entire rest of that opening section. which is really disappointing because I was really looking forward to playing a proper stealthy sniper mission. I'm still not over, honestly. I think a lot of it has to do with just the first encounter. Encounter 1, the game tells you, hey, don't open fire until the enemy returns fire on us. The enemy doesn't return fire on us, and then Marines just go at him anyway. That was extremely confusing and kind of, 1, took me out of the moment, and 2, ruined the wait. Oh. Okay. I mean, sure. I'll take it. Well, I guess I can't. I don't really have an unlimited range of motion there. But that's cool. That's a cool touch. That is a cool touch that you can operate there, which I guess it makes sense, right? Oh shit. Highly unfortunate. It makes sense that you would be able to operate a Wraith turret, because the Wraith was always sitting here. You could just never jump into it. I guess you were meant to assume it was just wasn't operational for whatever reason. I'm also huge oversight in not restocking your Marines. I mean, maybe it would have done that if all of them were wiped out, but I don't know. That section definitely plays out very differently when you don't have a dedicated squad of Marines with backing you up. Well, the good news is there's still a lot more of this mission to go, so I'm not gonna write off the whole thing just yet. I have high hopes for the rest of this mission, because I do quite like the rest of it as well. I'm curious how they're gonna handle the keys escort, because that was a lot of people's least favorite part of this whole ordeal, was having to, excuse me, was having to escort keys, because he can get himself killed, and it's not great. It's not too hard to keep him alive, but it's also very easy for him to die, which might sound like a contradiction, but it's like, you know, if you know what you're doing, you can pretty easily keep him. You can pretty easily take the brunt of the assault and make sure he's never in danger, but he is also prone to doing stupid things, really for no reason other than just the fact that he can. And all it takes is for him to do one stupid thing that you didn't anticipate. Like, for instance, run directly into a plasma grenade. Oh my god! And that ruins the escort. I appreciate that they didn't throw unnecessary music in here as well. Because so far, this music implementation is exactly the same way it was in the original. No music with the first few rounds, and then once you get to the end, they pick up a slight percussion beat, and then the hunters come in, which we know can just be... Oh, I missed the grenade again? Oh, you know what I wonder, actually? Are these guys weak to needlers, too? Because that was the case in Infinite. Was, for some inexplicable reason, needlers were stupidly effective against the hunters. It would seem that might also be the case in this game. It's looking like they might... That should not have worked. That so should not have worked. That so very much should not have worked. But I guess it did. Let me get my assault rifle back. Sword's fun to use and all, but assault rifle is a more practical option. Where did I drop it? I don't know. I actually don't know where I dropped it. Well, that may not have been mine, but it is an assault rifle. Yeah, they made such a big deal about how much better the hunters were going to be and how much tougher they were going to be, and that is just not at all the case. But to be positive, the Covenant interior, top tier. Big fan of the Covenant interior. Are you? Oh, hey. I didn't even trigger the cutscene yet. Or the dialogue, I mean. I didn't trigger the dialogue, and they're already sending more guys at me.
The door's locked, sir. I can't bypass it. We can't get through here.
Let's head back to the ground lift bay. The side passages should provide an alternate route.
We'd be sitting ducks in that narrow space. We can hold this position if you can find a way around and open the door from the other.
Alright, let's go camo mode. This is another place I use the camo.
Let's see if we can find a way to open this door.
Alright, priority 1 is to get behind the elite here. Tap them out. This did not at all go according to plan. Have a grenade. What? What the shit? I think my grenade bounced off the wall and stuck my friend. That wasn't the plan. Well, at least I took out all those guys, because there's the guys hiding in a secret passage or a side passage there. But they came to me this time, so I didn't need to worry about taking them out.
Controls to open it must
Hey.
be somewhere in this.
So you can't jump, you can't melee. I really don't like the camo. Camo's a huge swing and a miss. Overshield's a little weaker, which is not the worst thing. Just a little disappointing. Oh shit. My no-scope skills are... Wow, I can't hit anything apparently. Couldn't no-scope, couldn't grenade stick. I'm just all the misses today. And then the last grenade I tried to throw in that hallway just bounced off the wall and stuck my friend. Okay. Yeah, I really like the Covenant design. And I love Alien Corridors. That's the music playing right now. Alright, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these guys out from up here, which is usually what I do anyway. Because I just make sure I take them all out. Oh, I didn't reload that. Oops. I forgot to reload that. Give me my assault rifle. Let's get the sniper rifle and the assault rifle. Let's get everything away from the edge here. Oh, thanks for the checkpoint. Always love a good checkpoint. Well, yeah, I think I mentioned this, but it seemed like they were being way more generous with checkpoints for me in my second run of the grav lift than in my first run, which, I mean, hey, I'll take it. I just wasn't expecting that. Have a grenade. Please kill him. Nice. Perfect landing. How much ammo do I have for this? Not a whole lot. Fortunately, there is another, or at least there should be another ammo stash down at the bottom that I can refill with. Assuming I get through this in one piece. Okay, the interior is going a lot better. The interior, we had that one weird random explosion, but other than that, the interior of the ship's going a lot better than the exterior. I don't know what happened out there. I'll pick up some ammo. And I better get these guys in. I really like that you can operate the Wraith turret. Because I guess it is still true that the Wraiths themselves are unoperational, which, good. You shouldn't be able to drive a Wraith around in these tight-knit interior spaces. Oh no! No, did they cut the wave defense? Oh no! That's one of my favorite parts of this mission. Oh, you assholes! There was supposed to be a whole other encounter in this room. Where after you let your Marines back in, they would send a bunch of waves of enemies at you. I guess they cut it for repetition. I can only assume they cut it for repetition. Because I can see the argument being that there was too much wave defense. There was a wave defense on the grav lift and then the belly of the beast. So, okay. I at least understand the logic behind cutting this. But, you know, it's not like Halo 2 where the wait... Oh, hey, is that a terminal? Is that a terminal I see? No. It is not.
Hello.
Hi. Is this a terminal? No. I don't even know what terminals look like. I know they're text-based. I know that the terminals in this game are text-based, which I actually do... I do like that. Because they usually... you know what I bet, actually? I bet there's a terminal hidden down one of these passageways. That would make sense, right? Or unless that one's not open. Oh, well. I thought I was onto something there. But I still don't even know what terminals are. I know they're in previous... In Halo, the 2 anniversaries for CE and 2, the terminals were videos that you could watch, as was the case for Halo 4 as well. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I think people like the text-based. Halo 3's terminals were so cool, not only because of the story they told and how they enhance, like, you didn't have to find them, you'd still understand the core A to B of what was going on in the story, but if you did find them, it really enhanced your understanding of what was going on and added another layer of emotional depth to the fight, specifically the final Warthog run chase. And the other cool thing about it is that they were text-based, which, one, being text-based leaves a lot to the imagination, and then the other thing is that there was just kind of an unsettling vibe of you being in some distant corner of a level, and no one else was around. There was no enemies, no allies, just you and silence, just absorbing all the information you learned from that terminal alone. There was something really unsettling about that, and I'm glad that they're bringing it back. Well, I don't know if that exact experience will be replicated, but I at least appreciate the decision to return to text-based terminals. think that's pretty neat if I do say so myself. What are we fighting? Oh, there's an elite right here. No scope skills are back in full swing. They dropped off more. At least they dropped off more Marines here. But I still would have appreciated some more Marines at the landing pad. Really could have used some backup down there. I heard that grenade and it went off and we're fine. It's gonna be some more hunters coming through here in a bit. Or at least, well, at least there was originally. Maybe they cut them for this because, you know, after they cut the last wave defense sequence, it wouldn't surprise me if they cut the hunters too for repetition. Because you do fight a lot of hunters in a very short span of time. And if they are seriously intending, because that's the thing, the hunters were never really supposed to be a mini boss in the original game, because you fought them so frequently and they were so easy to take down. It was just a different type of enemy that required a different type of engagements. So you fighting them as often as you do wasn't really an issue. But I can see why if they wanted to make them into more of a mini boss type, why they wouldn't want you fighting them as often as you did in the original game. Also, there are so many more enemies here. Like I mean, this is always a tough room anyway. But man, they're really throwing everything they got at us. Also, I haven't grabbed the SMG. I should probably grab one of those SMGs and see how they perform. Yeah, okay, well, I should also take this time to say, as you've seen many times in this video so far, or even in just this one episode, the AI, not at all something I'm concerned with. Oh, the amount of times I've been killed by stray explosions in this game. I'm not at all concerned anymore with the enemy. Where is this? Where? Oh, okay. I got very turned around there very quickly. I'm not at all concerned with the enemy AI. The AI has proven itself to me time and time again that it is, they will not leave you alone. They will chase you down. They will flank you. They will try to outmaneuver you and overwhelm you and outnumber you and corner you. Everything that I've come to expect and love and appreciate about Halo AI is found in this game. I can say, and this is only heroic. We haven't even gotten to legendary yet. But there are problems in other places. Although, I think I would say, okay, so they did cut the hunters for this section. Makes sense. I'm not too mad about that. I think that makes sense why they would cut the hunters for this part. Yeah, I think my biggest concern for this game was the seemingly neutered AI. So I think it is leading me to be a little bit more forgiving, not much more, but slightly more forgiving towards things that I might have otherwise been a little harsher on because they nailed the AI. I was wondering, I was trying to find the overshield. I was like, where is it? There should be an overshield here. It was here, of all places. Also, this door should be open. Did we not kill everything? Or maybe we don't go that way now. Because I did notice that, well, no, because this door's closed too, right? Yeah. Where do you want me to go? Because that was always the door I went through. Oh, never mind. Sorry. There was a stray jackal around the corner. I was wondering what was going on there. It seemed like we were stuck. Turns out. Oh, wait. So maybe. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. They, in fact, did not cut the hunters. We just didn't reach them yet. Fortunately, 2 plasma grenades takes out almost all their health. Or all their health. I think it depends on where you stick them. But, like, regardless of whether or not you stick them, it either kills them outright with 2 grenade sticks or takes out enough of their health to where all you need to do is just finish them off with a couple of assault rifle blasts.
Working on it. I'd like to see you crack 128,000 bits.
Oh no, you fucked it. Oh no, you fucked it. No, 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 no. No, that was supposed to be a line just for Chief. No. No, you didn't get it. No, 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 no. No, that she's supposed to be snarky just to Chief. She says like, yeah, I'm working on it. I got this. And then she goes off the intercom and just inside Chief's head says, I'd like to see you try to crack a thing. Let's pretend I know the exact terminology he uses there. But like that's how that's encounter, or that's how that dialogue's supposed to play out. But they changed it. Oh my god, invisible elite. Let's panic over shield that. He was invisible, right? I'm actually not sure. He looked invisible, but I wasn't completely sure. Well, he's dead now. Either way, he's dead. So you know who cares. Okay. Let one of those guys slip past me. Not this time. Yeah, see, that's the kind of... That's not even just bad voice direction. That's just you misunderstood the original intention of that line. Which, I guess that could count as bad voice direction, but it's not like... That's not Cortana delivering the line in a bad way. It's just... They forgot the context in which that line was supposed to be delivered, which might sound like a distinction without a difference. But I promise it makes sense in my brain. Which might be the only place it makes sense, but hey, at least I know what I'm talking about. Although I will say, they changed, you were supposed to, I'm pretty sure, because this doesn't happen on a Legendary, so I'm not like an expert in this, because I usually, I almost exclusively play Halo on Legendary nowadays for replays, so I don't know this for sure. But I'm pretty sure on lower difficulties, when you get the Marine drop-off, it doesn't happen until you get up to this level, and then you push one of these terminal buttons, and then you open up the plasma barrier to let them through. But because I think this is a more natural place in the level where you would need more Marines, because it's after the big hangar bay fight, which is one of the toughest fights in the mission. Which is saying a lot, because this whole mission is filled with back-to-back really tough fights. It is a little weird that they would have moved that, but I think this is kind of like, again, all these things by themselves, not the end of the world. It's not the worst. It's not a game. I've said that a lot. The phrase "not the end of the world" has popped up a lot in this LP so far. But it's because it's true. A lot of these things are not the end of the world. But oh, hey, this is a new room. This is a new room. That's interesting. Why is this room new? What's the deal with new room? Huh. What are these things? Interesting. That is kind of strange to me that they would have like the rest of the level design be almost identical, and then you just add one random room here. Alright. It's kind of neat. But yeah, a lot of these things are very small in isolation, but they just stack. You know, they stack. And the more they stack, the less and less it kind of resembles the thing that it's trying to be. Although, I will say, some of them are not so small. Like, the fact, I would say the fact that I think that was a friendly grenade that got me. That sounded like a frag grenade that got me. I would say that the thing where you can't even stealthily fight the first encounter of the mission, I wouldn't call that small. That seems pretty, that's a pretty major oversight. Oh, wait, you were an Ultra last time. Did they downgrade the Elite rank because I died? Or is it just random each time? Because that seems weird. I'm pretty sure that guy was an Ultra the first time I loaded into this section. If it's a blue Elite now, we're gonna know something's up. Oh no, it's just random. That's... I swear to God, most of my deaths have come from these chain reactions. I think they... I'm starting to wonder if they intentionally leaned into the chain reactions. Because the chain reactions were kind of a big part of Combat Evolved, be it unintentionally, but like they happened very frequently. Now I'm starting to think they might have intentionally added more or made them more frequent, because it has happened a non-insignificant amount of times. Also, yeah, I guess it is just random. It's totally random whether you get a red major or a white ultra. Which I don't... I mean, I guess it adds some variability, right? It makes it so that each playthrough is a different experience. Oh, so let me yoink. Who had the SMG? You? Give me that.
Let's make a deal.
I want to try this SMG out. Sure does behave like an SMG. What? Rude. Oh, in the original game, when you cross a certain line in the room, it spawns enemies behind you as well. Does that happen in this game too? It appears that's not the case. It appears they removed... Did I just shoot a plasma grenade out of the air? What just happened there? I saw him throwing a plasma grenade and then I shot midair. Then I shot... I was trying to shoot him. But it looked like what I shot caused an immediate explosion. Be kind of weird if that's what happened, but... Who knows? We're coming up on Captain Keys. Oh. Hello, what are you? Oh, these are like weapon storage pods. It's kind of neat. Huh. Tell you what, let's do some... Let's give you a plasma rifle. And then I'll take your assault rifle. Because that's gonna be more effective at draining elite shields. Okay. I don't hate that. I don't hate giving me a little bonus ammo room here. Because that can also be a pretty rough set. Or at least that section was tough when they would launch 2 waves of enemies at you from both directions. There was another instance of that happening downstairs too that I forgot to check. I think they just cut all of those. Which I think is actually for the better, because that's kind of something that it doesn't happen as frequently in this game, so it doesn't bother me as much as it does in Halo 2, where it happens all the goddamn time. But surprise enemy spawns where you'll be going one direction and all of a sudden a group of enemies will appear behind you. That doesn't feel great. It's not very rewarding, because that feels like it feels like a cheap shot from the game, just randomly ambush you like that. So where... Okay, I'm a little discombobulated with now, because I'm pretty sure going up into there is going to be the room where there's going to be 3 invisible sword elites later, where Ambient Wonder plays. Yep, this is the room, and that is the music, the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful music. Alright, let's see if I can kill this gold commander without dying. First I need to reload my sniper. I don't have many sniper shots left, so I gotta be very... Okay, what the fuck? What was that? What was that? What was that? That was not on me. I think what happened there is my Marine friend made a noise that pissed off the Covenant, and then I had to suffer the consequences for it. Hello. I'm going down into the hidey hole. Hi. You wanna come face my wrath? Oh, I love the way the sword glows off the Covenant architecture. What? I'm about 1 death away from banning the use of grenades altogether, because I swear to God, the amount of times a stray explosion has killed me is bordering on insanity. I also wish I saved that camo from earlier, but I think what I want to do here is try to take out as many of these grunts around the area as I can, stealthily. Less little guys that we have to worry about after the elites get mad at us. Oh, they already found us. Okay, let's take out this guy, because he's easier to take out. Let's try to snipe the other elite from a distance. They're a lot faster than you'd think they would be. They're kind of really scary. Oh, hey, sure, back up right into me. I'll take it. All right, that was definitely the winning play. Focus on it, because usually when I do this, that's something I gotta kind of retrain my brain. Is I've played Combat Evolved so many times for so many years that it's kind of baked into my brain, like the way I approach each encounter.
The captain's transponder signal is strong.
Which is not to say that it's the same thing every time. Obviously, the AI means that you kind of have to adapt and change your strategy on the fly as things develop. But I at least start each encounter with kind of the same general principle of how I wanna do it. But I gotta retrain my brain and realize, hey, this isn't the same game. This is a different game. I mean, it's the same, but it's different. So what worked in the original may not necessarily work quite as well here. I gotta keep that in mind. I'm liking these new rooms, even if they don't all have like strictly functional purposes. At least it adds some more dimensions to the ship. Although I guess this technically isn't a new room. It's just a changed room, because this is where the Keys mission would start. You come down this hallway, you go here, you peer into the room, and you see Keys there, but you can't reach him. Then you come out here, and then the Flood runs here, or a grunt runs by, and then a flood's behind him. You kill the grunts, you get a flood buddy. It's active camo down that hallway, and then you loop back around here, and then yeah, well, don't want to waste your time. You'll see. We'll see how it is when we get to mission 9.
There are probably multiple detention stations.
Thank you, Cortana.
The captain must be in one of them.
God forbid I try to explore a little bit. God forbid I have a look around the ship. Wouldn't want to be having that. Need I remind you of the return to the battlefield timer that we saw in mission 2, just 1 inch off the beaten path, or off the golden path rather. I like the ambient sounds, the alien whirring of the machines all around you. It's pretty cool. Also, I know you can zoom in with the assault rifle, but I just, again, it's muscle memory. I'm trained to not do that in CE because you can't zoom in with the assault rifle in CE, so I just don't. Uh-oh. I've not been great with grenade sticks today. Well, just in general, this hasn't exactly been my finest hour with Halo, but I am learning. It's technically a new game. It is still the same Comet Evolved, but it is a new experience that I gotta reacquaint myself with all the game's quirks. And also, I need to, like, get a hazmat suit for fucking plasma explosion. This actually kind of gives me hope for the rest of the game, because one thing I was adamant about this in, I made a point of talking about this in my Campaign Evolved video, that I do believe that there is room to improve on Comet Evolved, and I'm hoping to see them capitalize on some of that room for improvement with this remake. And I did get some comments of people like, oh, Comet Evolved is perfect, you don't need to change it. And I'm like, well, I know why you think that, because it is kind of a perfect game. It is a masterpiece. But also, you know, when we say perfect, I guess this is kind of a broad discussion about what people mean when they say perfect, but it's perfect in the sense of it achieves everything. It's, you know, I don't know how great of a comparison this is, but I think of the Portal games when I think about this conversation of like what makes a perfect video game, because Portal is perfect. It achieves everything it sets out to do with immaculate levels of efficiency. Oh, we're here? Holy shit, I didn't even realize that's where we... Oh, I missed the room. There was... Okay, there may be a room somewhere back there where you can get, active camouflage. Because usually the way I tackle this room... Oh, well that kind of defeats the point of them having stealth, doesn't it? If you put giant red dots above their heads, that kind of defeats the point of them being stealth elites. That and also Keyes screaming out, "Hey Chief, there's stealth elites in this room."
The Covenant guards are using some kind of stealth armor. That one over there.
So now I can just stay back. Well, I guess I can't because I don't have any sniper ammo, but I could. Let me get the Needler. Needler will get the job done. And I'm glad I wasn't in that room, because holy shit, the chain reactions.
Open these cells and let's get the hell out of here. The power control is along the back wall.
Before I do that, I do want to say, so Portal is essentially a perfect game. It achieves everything it says to do with immaculate levels of efficiency, and it's highly effective, and I think most people would not be afraid of giving that game a 10. I don't really do number scores, but if I was, that would probably be deserving of one. And yet at the same time, Portal 2 is kind of better in every discernible way, which creates an interesting contradiction, because Portal is perfect and yet there's a game that's better than it, and yet its sequel, which is in the same universe and of the same caliber of game, is better than it, which is like, well, how can that be true? And I don't even know that I have the answer to that myself. But I guess I define the term perfectly a little differently than some people might, as far as I don't necessarily set out to use the word to describe the act of achieving absolute perfection, more in that for what the game is trying to be, it achieves everything that it sets out to do and leaves nothing off the table, and there's no inherent problems with what it does, but that doesn't mean there isn't room in which it could be improved. So, and like, to bring it back to Halo now, Truth of Reconciliation is one of those levels that where the types of rooms you fight in kind of start to blend together after a while, or at least they can start to blend together. So I appreciate the act of mixing things up a little bit with some of those later room designs. I think that was a very good idea, and I approve of it. And I was talking about how I wanted to see them do that with some of these levels, and I'm glad they are. I'm really interested in seeing what they're going to do with the library. If even these levels are getting small little touch-ups here and there, I cannot wait to see what they do with the back half of this game.
Coming here was reckless. You two know better than this. Thanks. I see you've kept her safe. She's in good hands. While the Covenant had us locked up in here, I overheard the guards talking about this ring world.
One moment, sir. Accessing the Covenant BattleNet. According to the data in their networks, the ring has some kind of deep religious significance. They call it Halo. If I'm analyzing this correctly, they believe that Halo is some kind of weapon. One with vast, unimaginable power.
Then it's true. The Covenant kept saying whoever controls Halo controls the fate of the universe.
Now I see. I've intercepted a number of messages about a Covenant search team scouting for a control room. I thought they were looking for the bridge of a cruiser that I damaged during the battle above the ring. But they must be looking for Halo's control room.
That's bad news. If Halo is a weapon, and the Covenant gain control of it, they'll use it against us and wipe out the entire human race. Chief, Cortana, I have a new mission for you. We need to beat the Covenant to Halo's control room. Marines, lock and load your weapons. Let's be ready to move.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Chief, I want you on point.
We should head back to the shuttle bay and call for evac.
All right. So now the real question is, can he... Wow. Just instantly. There were 2 invisible sword elites in the original, or there were 2 invisible elites in the original. There are 4 now. The real question is, can Keys die? Is this going to be like the original Combat Evolved, where you can actually get Keys killed, or is he going to be invincible now? So I think what I'm noticing here is it feels like Halo Studios is very much aware of the fact that not having health makes this game infinitely easier. So they overcompensated by just throwing a million enemies in these areas. Like way more than there were originally. Which, I don't know, man, I would just rather have the health system is what I would rather have. I would much rather we have the original enemy composition with just the health system that made Combat Evolved what it was. This has by far been the worst mission, which is a shame, because of the 3 that we've played so far, Truth and Reconciliation is, I think, my favorite of the 3. So it does make me a little bit sad seeing that it's the one that was, which is, it's weird, because it's the one that got the most positive changes in terms of level design and layout. There is definitely stuff to compliment in that we're in a new room. There's been some other new rooms. They added that one flanker earlier. But it has also clearly been the one that has received the most negative changes in all sorts of, it's not even a consistent thing that's been negatively impacted. It's like all across the board. Although I guess if we're looking for things to praise in terms of how the introduction or removal of mechanics impacts the broader game design, Sprint has not negatively impacted any of these levels. It definitely doesn't feel like I'm having to cross vast expanses of nothingness. It's clear that Sprint is just here. How many fucking elites do we need? What the fuck was that? You see that? He just like zipped and zoomed his way. He like cruise boosted his way off the side of the wall. Do you think we could use any more elites? Do you think this has been brutal? Is what this has been. I think at least we can say with some level of confidence. I don't think Keys can die. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Keys would have died by now if it was possible for him to do so. I think we just gotta worry about ourselves, which is good because I don't know that I can handle worrying about anything more than myself at this current point in time with just how the sheer quantity of enemies that are being thrown at me all at once. It's kind of insane. Should be 3 stealth elites in this room. Shut the fuck up, Cortana. I'm getting like exceptionally annoyed by the sheer amount of times.
That was close. Marines, stay with the captain. The chief and I will...
Because not only does the game tell you about them verbally through either Cortana or Keys, but then you have to see them because they put a giant red dot over their heads. Well, at least we're at the end of the mission now. Or at least almost there. It's just a sweep through this hallway and then we'll be out in the hangar bay again. There should be an elite here.
We made it. Use that panel to unlock the dropship.
They sure do love their ultra elites, don't they?
That's it. The dropship is loose.
Everybody mount up. Let's get on board.
Give me a minute to interface with the ship's controls.
No need. I'll take this bird out myself.
Okay, at least this is one thing that I really wanted to see. Was them actually showing Keys piloting, because it wasn't even you didn't get to see him fly the ship. And it wasn't even really clear. The blocking of the scene and the cinematography made it really hard to tell what he was doing in the ship. You can intuitively understand that, yeah, he killed the hunters, but you couldn't see, it happened off screen.
Time for a little payback.
That's pretty sick. That's pretty fucking sick.
Nice one, sir.
Yeah, the cutscenes, I have minor nitpicks about the cutscenes, but by and large, no complaints at all. No complaints with the way in which the cutscenes are directed. They are top tier so far, for the most part. Again, minor nitpicks here and there, but gameplay-wise, that was a rough level. That was a rough level. Some changes were good, some changes were neutral. Like, I see why you did this. I don't personally love it, but I understand why you did it. But some changes of that were just like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Will lead us to Halo's control center.
Oh, okay, all right. You know what? That's a good note to end it on. They added back. they added back they don't get points for that because they never should have fucking cut it in the first place. I don't know why the hell they ever thought that. I surely it must have been a mistake. It had to be, right? Surely they must have just. It must have been a bug in the code, and by the time they realized it was too late, because it's not like they didn't have the line. They have all the archives, and I don't know. At least they added back the touchdown hidden Marines line. Okay, that was disappointing. That was supremely disappointing. At least they gave me an Overlord sniper rifle. At least the opening area was pretty cool. I mean, by opening area, I mean opening area before the first combat arena. What else? The flanking route that they added, the one little passage into the tunnel in the first section past the failed sniper section, that was pretty cool. I didn't try the shade turrets. I should have tried the shade turrets. I was too busy just freaking out over how annoying everything else was. I never jumped in one of the shade turrets. But Yeah, that was a brutal experience. I did not care for that much at all, unfortunately. I don't like how active camouflage is implemented. Active camouflage doesn't behave at all the way it did in the original. It's more in line with... Well, it's not even in line with even Halo 3. It wasn't until Reach. Reach was when it changed that for the worse. And people didn't like... There's a lot, like... Reach made a lot of changes for the worse that people did not appreciate. And I don't know why... I don't know why they thought that would be a good idea. Because, again, active camo had a really limited timer. It wasn't really that overpowered. But clearly they felt otherwise because they nerfed it. At least power-ups are here. I guess I can say that much. And yeah, I appreciate... There's some minor things I appreciate. I appreciate that there's no loading screen or cutscene between the grav lift and the belly of the beast. Just one seamless transition upstairs. That's pretty cool. That's really, really, really nice. Helps make the whole thing feel more cohesive. I liked the fact that they added some extra rooms, make the hallways feel a little less homogenous. That was really cool. It's just a shame that they're throwing so many fucking enemies at you. It's unbelievable. I don't know why I don't know why. I actually don't understand. Well, no, I do understand because they need to compensate for the fact that there's no health system, because that was where all the difficulty came from. Well, I mean, apart from the AI and all, obviously. But, like, the consequences for how you behaved in battle. You had a consistent amount of damage you could take with your shield, and then, which allowed the player to always be able to be a little more aggressive and not force you to play in the shadows the whole time. But it did grant you more opportunities for strategic advances if you had more health, so it encouraged you to play smart and not just wildly run around. But now that system is gone because you fully regenerate your health after every single battle. So it seems to me the only way they thought that they could counteract that is to just throw a bunch of enemies at you. And they don't do this in every encounter, but like the grav lift, that was a stupid amount of enemies that were in the ground. I don't know what was going on there. And especially towards the end, that was insane. That was, maybe it wasn't even the whole mission. I think most of the mission was just like little things stacking up, and then the final nail in the coffin was that final encounter where they just said, fuck you, here's 8 billion elites. By the way, 2 of them are ultras. By the way, even after you clear them all out, here's 3 more elites coming around the corner. 2 of them have swords, 1 of them has... I don't know. That was a rough experience. But some positives. You know, that's the closest I've come to hating this game. But there's still enough good to be seen there that I'm not fully turned against it. I'm interested in seeing this level though, just because this is the one they showed off, so it's the one that we have the clearest frame of reference for. I can already tell they didn't change the Forerunner architecture. I can tell you it looks exactly the same as it did back in October, which is really sucky because I really hate how the studio is not so much in Infinite, but for 4 and 5, I really hate how they've designed Forerunner architecture, and it seems like they've maintained that principle here. But open mind as always, and I guess we'll see how things go. Okay, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for next time, and I hope to catch you all tomorrow for some more Halo Campaign Evolved. Goodbye.